This was a story that I thought was interesting. It's a study about self-promotion and how it impacts disproportionately women in the workplace. And joining us once again, Kelly Accetta, our personal development coach. You may follow her on Twitter at Kelly Accetta. Kelly, so when we take a look at the differences between men and women in the workplace, a lot of the focus has been on promotion itself and pay. And as we've discussed previously, a lot of that can come down to what we ask for. If you don't ask and negotiate, you're not liable to get more. But this study in particular really put an exclamation point on the differences between men and women and their willingness to go out there and to self-promote. Tell us some of your takeaways.
Well, I'm so glad you're highlighting this, Brian, because it is such a paradox. It's mind-boggling. Well, first and foremost, we have to look at how men and women are raised. When women are little girls, self-promoting when you're playing with other girls is very much it doesn't help you, because most of what girls do to play is cooperative. And so anyone who's trying to force themselves into the spotlight is really, in a societal way, kind of pulled back down. Whereas boys, when they're playing, it's very much competition. It's I'm better than you. Who's going to be the best? Who's going to be the winner? It's a very different thing. From the very moment we start socializing, women are not benefiting from self-promoting. And so it just goes to show, when you get into the workplace, those tendencies and those habits are still there.
Kelly, how much of this is what's played out over decades still being represented in this data versus the younger generation in the here and now? We see a record number of women that are entering professional positions, a record number of women in the workplace, a record number of female executives across the board. Is the culture where it shifted to where typically women would stay at home and raise families, or if they were career-oriented, their career would take the back seat to the husbands? As that continues to change, do you expect some of this data to change along with it, or is this just a difference between the sexes that is yet to be bridged?
I do believe it will change for all the factors that you just said, but also for the awareness that a lot of times women don't realize they're supposed to be self-promoting. I think we talked about this the last time I was on. There's something called the tiara effect, where women just sit, do their job, do a great job, and expect that their boss is going to come by one day and put a tiara on their head and say, you did a great job, I'm promoting you. A lot of women are now understanding, because of so many great books that are being written and conferences, that women absolutely have to self-promote because the men are doing it. And so that's also going to shift, and it's also going to create a lot more equality in the workplace, I believe.
So how is it for women, and if we have daughters that are entering the workforce, how is it we can encourage them to self-promote effectively?
Well, again, our kids are usually very vocal of where they're at, and giving them tools. As a matter of fact, I have a tool for all of your female listeners if they want to go to landmineproject.com. It's actually a script and a process of how to know what your job should be paying. And you can do the research. There's websites on this document to do the research and find out what your pay scale should be, and how to go in and ask for that raise, and how to go in and promote what you do for the company. So many times women take on extra tasks. I'm sure men do too, but men don't do this as much as women. We'll take on doing all the company birthday parties. We'll take on doing this. We'll take on doing that. And after 2 or 3 years, we have a lot more on our plate than what our original job description at first, when we first were paid and got hired for that job.
There's a joke in there somewhere too. And you do not want me planning the birthday parties around the office, I assure you. All right. One more time on the website.
It's truth.coach is my website, and the website they can get the document is landmineproject.com.
All right, good stuff. Appreciate it. Kelly Accetta, thank you very much.
Oh, my pleasure, Brian. Have a great New Year.
Yeah, you as well.